So I recently just put out a how to program bass video, and I figured I probably should have done the how to program drums first. So with that being said, we're just gonna pretty much jump right into this. I've had a couple people on Instagram reach out and a couple people on comments ask how to program drums, or it's kind of scary. I'm thinking about getting this drum kit because I want to make some demos. What do I do? So once you've got your DAW loaded up, you will load up your drums. So it would basically be the same thing like right before you're about to record a guitar track. Just double click or start new track. And then from there, like I've got this one already, just made the track and I colored it so it's going to be easier to follow. But you'll go ahead and load up your drum VST. So depending on the drum kit you get, you may have to run it in Contact. You may just have like a standalone, such as Superior Drummer or some of the new GGD stuff. So once you have your drums loaded, you'll go back to your work area. And let's say we want to take this section here and add some drums. So for guitar, this is what I just have in this little section right here. So I know just for right now, we are going to work on this little section just right here. So under the drum track, make sure it's selected. So you'll hold Control and drag your left click, and that'll give you your workable area. So you can just double click and you'll get into the piano roll. In every drum program, there should be something where it'll tell you the mapping for all of your drum hits. Everything's going to be basically the same, but a little bit different. Typically C2 is going to be your kick, and then D2 is going to be your snare. And then cymbals may be spread randomly throughout here. Toms may be randomly spread, your effects symbols, stuff like that. And same for programming everything, especially in Reaper. What you'll do is left click and drag. So even if you just want this one tiny little square, click and drag. And that's basically how you just punch in drums. So what you'll do is left click and kind of drag. So if you just click, you'll get nothing. But even if you just want this tiny like 16th note or 32nd note, click and then slightly drag, or just basically move the mouse and it'll be there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now you can go ahead and copy Control C and Control V. So I'll just click here because this is where I want it to start, and it'll fill in all those blanks. So we'll listen to how it is just with this to see if we're on the right path or not. It's a rough structure, but we're kind of getting there. And because this is kind of like an old school death metal kind of feel to it, we'll do like a, I'm not sure what kind of beat this is called, but we'll go ahead and do snare hits on it. The opposite of kick. So it'll kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. And then basically you can click throughout these. Don't forget your black keys to figure out where all your cymbals are. So that's going to be a hi-hat. And that'll follow every kick. And we'll just go ahead and solo the drums here, make it easier. And that is pretty much bare bones for just programming drums. It can be super tedious, especially jumping into it for the very first time. But I promise, once you play with it a little bit, you'll get more of a hang where everything is. And then you may just even load this up and go, oh, C sharp is going to be one of my cymbals. So you'll just go in and you'll know if you're starting your riff, you can just jump in, fill everything right here if you choose to do that. So yeah, like I said, super simple. Just wanted to cover the basics in this one. If y'all want, I can go further into it and we could do more of like breaking down how I'll compose a song as far as writing drums for it in certain sections. But I just wanted to make this one pretty short and simple, just for the people who are kind of struggling with what to do once you download your drum VST.